Chef Nick is back to share his grandmother's recipe for steamed Chinese fortune cake. I am very excited for this recipe, Nick. As I mentioned to you, I don't know what it is, but I heard cake in the title. So let's talk to us first about the significance. What's the significance of this recipe?
And this is my grandmother's recipe, and it's really simple. So I hope your guests, our people at home, are going to enjoy this one. So I've got some brown sugar here, and this is Chinese brown sugar. You can use regular brown sugar, and that's fine. It'll work just as easy and just as great. But when I use this sugar, this brown sugar from Chinatown, and this is a packet, it tastes exactly like my grandmother's recipe. And that, to me, was just really, really special. So I'm going to stick with the Chinese brown sugar. So the first thing that you want to do, I've got a half cup of sugar, a half cup of water, and I'm just going to mix that together. My water's warm water, right, which will help the sugar dissolve a little bit faster. And we're just going to let that dissolve. And in this bowl, I have a sieve, and that's 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And I've got some baking powder, and this is 2 teaspoons. So now that I have my brown sugar, which is completely dissolved, we're just going to mix this in. And we're just going to really, really mix this well. Okay, so for this recipe, you're going to mix this for about like 5 minutes. We don't have 5 minutes, so I'm just going to mix it up really quickly. And the reason why you want to mix it up for a good amount of time is you really want to incorporate and distribute the baking powder in this recipe, right? That's going to give this a nice big lift. So now that we have that mixed in for 5 minutes, we're going to fill these containers. I'm going to just give it a little spray first of some oil. You don't have to do it, but it'll help it come out a little bit better. And you just want to fill these up and distribute these nice and equally between the 4 cupcake molds. I'm filling them about 3/4 full,
Okay.
as you can see there. And you just want to kind of tap them down. And then you've got a steamer here. The steamer, this is the trick for this dessert to be successful, okay? Your steamer has to be at full steam. Make sure you got a lot of water in there. The minute you put these in, they're just going to, that steam is going to explode them up. So get a lot of steam in that steamer. And when we open that up, you want to disperse these kind of equally.
Ooh.
These are the ones I've already pre-made. I think that the translation to these cakes, mean in Chinese fortune. So I'm just going to cut these open. And I'm going to lay these around my plate.
Is it spongy? Is it like springy? How would you describe the texture?
Yeah, so it's spongy and it's springy and it's has a lot of aeration throughout the cake. It's really beautiful, and the smell of these. I wish you were here to smell them, because it just smells sweet with brown sugar through your whole entire house. And I really, really love that smell. Whether it be a Western holiday or an Asian holiday, that brown sugar sweetness is something that you want through your house during the holidays. Absolutely, 100%. So I'm going to just lay these down. And then the fun part about this is you can garnish it any way you like. I've got some really fun Asian fruits here, which are all about good luck.
You better not mess that up with vegetables.
I've got some mandarins. I've got some calamansi. I've got some Chinese gooseberries. And to finish it off, I've got some butter. And this is a salted butter, which is just, it's when at my grandparents, they would just have them on the table with some butter. And I think that might be part of the South African, English part of their tradition. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's what they do in Asian traditionally with these desserts, but oh my God, that saltiness and that buttery with that cakey, it's just incredible. And this is something that my grandmother used to make, and it's really special. And thank you so much for reminding me about this recipe. And it's so nice to be able to share this with everybody on Cityline.
Listen, we're happy you're here to share it with us, so that's fantastic. And I can always get behind butter. I think that's beautiful.